Oh my goodness. I'd honorably, just nod my head, and stamp my feet to the bit of this sing tune for the general open banter. I love, love, love it. It's giving what it should give. I know, right? All right. Good morning to you once again, and thank you so much for staying on the dial. Thank God it's Friday, and it's time for the general open banter. All right, the last edition for the week. All right, and my name is Omoefe Peace Osemere, and I come bearing a juicy topic. All right, I don't know if I should call this a good news, but I come bearing juicy, conversation or conversations, as it were, something that would tickle your fancy as a father, as a mother, as a young girl or lady, as a young man. Okay, so those who are married as well, oh my goodness, you would love to jump on this conversation. So alert someone that you love so much, someone you like a lot. Alert them, tell them to huge Eagle FM 2.3, because it's about to be a banger. It's about to be a conversation, all right, in its purest form. Okay, so on the general open banter today, we're going to be assessing different perspectives on early marriage. Different perspectives on early marriage, all right? This has actually been, I wouldn't say on the front burner, but it's one conversation that people, experts, marriage counselors, relationship coach, they've had this conversation time and time again without reaching a point of departure. But I'm hoping that we are able to reach a point of departure, on the show today. So women who married early are sharing their experiences and also advising against early marriage for other women. Does that make any sense to you? Some women now who actually married early, they've taken to social media to share their experiences, and you know what? It didn't even end there. They've taken it upon themselves to discourage other women from getting married early. I'm just wondering at this point in time, should I sit on the fence on this conversation, or I should pitch my tent with, a side of the divide? It's pretty complicated if you ask me, because growing up, at some point in time, I heard, conversations, gists, arguments from people way above, older than myself at the time, saying that, oh, I'm very happy I got married early. You see, now I'm done giving birth to all my children, so now I'm going to rest and enjoy my husband or what have you. And I'm like, oh, okay. So at that time, even though I was like an adult, I felt a bit pressured that it means I have to be very intentional about how I live my life. Then I was in my very early 20s. So for me at that point in time, oh God, I just have to do whatever it takes to get married at most, my mid 20s, maybe when I'm 25, So at some point, I got into a relationship, and the gentleman at the time was like, oh, if I love you, I'd like to marry you and all of that. And I had a conversation with my mom, and then she said, no, if you look, you need to focus on studies. You need to look for a way to advance your studies. And that's marriage. You are too young. And I was, in my mid 20s. And my mother told me that, look, if a marriage should not be on your agenda right now, you're still too young. You need to, look for other courses. If it's professional courses you want to go for, that should be your focus. That should be your target right now, not getting married. You're still too young. And then I had to like come up with, views that I actually heard in the past. I'm like, but mommy, I had some women, some ladies some time ago where they had, conversations around getting married early. And according to them, it's the best thing that a girl child can actually, do for herself, especially when, she's now an adult. And it's the best thing that a mother can actually do for her daughter, encouraging them to get married early. And then my mom said, oh, no. Look, Omoife, there is no standard. And if there happen to be standards, who created these standards? Who set them? Certainly not God. So it's not written anywhere that getting married early comes with a lot of benefits or there are more advantages to you getting married early. So please focus on studies. Well, it didn't really go down well with me at the time, but eventually I realized I wasn't really matured enough, for marriage at that point in time. But now at my age, I have no regrets really, because I am definitely going to be getting married pretty soon. All right. So I did not miss out on anything. Okay. Whether or not you got married early, if the marriage is going to crash, it would crash. If you're going to be issues, there are definitely going to be issues. If it's going to be a bed of roses, definitely it will be a bed of roses. So there is really no mantra. There is no standard. And you see societal expectations as to what you need to do, when to do it, and when not to do it. Okay, let me quickly take you through the story I saw on the Linda Ikeji blog, all right, where a number of women shared their 2 cents on how life has been with them for getting married early. So, some women on X who married early have shared their regrets while disclosing reasons they won't recommend it for other women. Now, 2 of them stated that they married in their early 20s and divorced in their late 20s. They added that they used to advocate for early marriage, but their position on the matter has changed. One of them wrote, and I quote, "I got married at 23 and I am no longer married. I do not recommend, especially if the man is significantly older. At 23, I thought I knew everything. I turned 27 in about 3 months, and let me tell you, at 23, I knew nothing. I didn't even know myself." So this is one person's experience. Another one quoted, the tweet and wrote that she got married at 22, but now divorced. Let me quote, "Me at 22, and I am also no longer married. Turned 28 this year. I look back and I'm no longer who I used to be at 22. I used to be a champion for early marriage, but not so much anymore. You will change. And it's better to do that when there are no wifely expectations." Wifely expectations. What does that mean? What does that mean? Okay, so for the first person who shared her experience, according to her, she got married, quite early, and it appears the man she got married to at the time was significantly older than her. All right, so according to her, now she's divorced. She's no longer married. The second person, equally divorced. What could be the problem? What could be the issue? Now I have to go through the comments to see and to also hear what Nigerians had to say. Now, this person anonymously though said, "Men avoid them all. At 27, they are looking to enter second marriage. When some at 40, they've never tasted life. It is truly not balanced though. Men, stay away from early divorcee now. Na them know they grieve for husband. Avoid them at all cost and thank me later. You all will learn." And then this person responded by saying, "The truth is, whether you marry young or old, the most important thing is to marry the right partner, a man who can build your vision and career together with you." This person responded and said, "I don't regret getting married at about 40. I table issues more maturely with a man about my age, and we have good stories from the past, no matter the tale." And this one here says, "Now you are avoiding them at 27 after damaging them at 22. Now for people who carry marriage for head sha." And this one says, I got married to my wife when she was 20. Now we have 4 lovely kids, and my first is 13, going to SS1. So if you think yours is bad, it does not mean others will or should. Okay, I'll just leave okay, let me quickly squeeze in this person's message. All of these contributors are like people who contributed anonymously. This one says, I'm a big advocate for marriage being for mature adults. Yes, some people might say maturity has nothing to do with age. I agree too. But anything below 30 years for a woman is wrong. Build your career. Understand your emotions. If you are the type that can love a man with flaws, or if you are not the marrying kind, that is, you want to marry an angel. Now, these are some of the things women need to figure out before getting married. Finally, this issue of paternity fraud will reduce drastically. All right, a matured woman with a thriving career, I'm sure that's a typo error, understands the dynamics of heritage. She will keep her home safe for paternity fraud. But I understand in Africa and Nigeria in particular, men prefer to marry underage girls and turn them to women and later start crying like siren all over the place. Now, part of this person's message, is relatable. I say so because if you joined this conversation from the very beginning, you would agree with me that I even had to share my own personal experience and conversations I had with my mother at some point in time when I was in my mid-20s, 25 precisely, when someone actually proposed marriage, and my mother actually kicked against it, and she said, no, I should focus on studies, like going furthering my education, right, as opposed to getting married. Now this person is saying that anything below 30 years for a woman is wrong. Below 30 is wrong. By implication, you are saying that women who are below 30 years old and are married, they are probably not matured or ripe for marriage. Now, I am open, or we are open to views and counter views on the show this morning. If you are in support of getting married early, please feel free to share your thought. And if you think that getting married early, especially for the girl child, is not a thing, it is wrong on all shades or fronts, do well to also share your thought with us. You might want to stay anonymous, no problem. And if you feel it's okay for you to share your name and location, oh voila, welcome on board. I'll open the studio lines for you to call in to share your thoughts after this quick commercial timeout. Do join us again.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Meet the Infinix Note 50 series, defined by pioneers who push boundaries. Its ultra-resilient armor alloy metal frame design gives you that slick, top-notch style. Unlock efficiency with intelligence of the one-tap Infinix AI and circle to search anything on your phone with Google. Need power in a flash? 90 watts fast charge rockets you from 0 to 100% in 38 minutes. Exclusive deals at authorized stores. Get your Note 50 now. The Infinix Note 50 series. Pro design, pro AI.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Abuja, you're in luck. It's the upgrade promo from my Abuja Home Limited for their Broadwater estate and plots in Gwagwalada. Get 250 square meter for just 700k when you make an outright payment. That's a whopping 81% discount, or go premium with 500 square meters for only 1 million naira. That's 80% of the original price of 5 million naira. With our authentic FCT land document, you have no issues at all. We have a flexible payment plan for up to 12 months for your convenience. Get your land in Broadwater Estate, Paiko, Gwagwalada now, with green environment, accessible roads, power supply, guaranteed security, and lots more. Call or WhatsApp my Abuja Home on 0808 883 7426, 0808 883 7426, or 0808 272 3824, 0808 272 3824. Hurry now, promo ends soon. These opportunities also open to military personnel. My Abuja Home Limited. Affordable. Live the life.
For advert placement and program sponsorship on Eagles 102.3 FM, please call 080-5919-8658 That is 08059198658 or 08157917278. Again, 08157917278.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
All right, we are back. Thank you so much for staying with us. If you are just joining us, this is the General Open Banter live on Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja. And on the show today, dear listener, we are assessing perspectives on early marriage. All right, so there are potential reasons why women might not recommend early marriage. All right, I'm sure that you've had this conversation with your peers before, maybe your parents, especially your mother or your aunt, whoever it is. But I do know that this is one conversation that people have actually, like, over time, but they've not been able to reach a point of departure, because it's always, people coming from different, sides of the coin with different perspectives. And that is why we decide to, target assessing perspectives on early marriage. So we are just going to take it upon ourselves to respect each and everyone's opinion on this show this morning. So let's hear from you. The numbers to call are 09073530044 or 09087668888. Send a voice note or a message to the WhatsApp portal number, and that will be 0909705 44 and 50. Yes, the reason why we're having this conversation is because about two women actually took to X, formerly Twitter, to share their experiences, and they've not also taken it upon themselves to advise women against early marriage. That's it. One got married at the age of 22, the other one got married at the age of 23, and according to the both of them, they are no longer married. They are now divorced. One who actually got married at the age of 23, if I'm not mistaken, apparently she got married to an older person. So it looks like maybe she lost her personal freedom in that marriage. And she feels like, at 27, because she's about to clock 27, reflecting on herself, her life, her journey, she's not the girl she used to be. Like, the spark is missing somewhere. Okay, so if you actually got married maybe in your early 20s or your mid 20s, how has it been for you? Would you also advise other women or ladies or girls to get married that early? And if you think that no, you have to be in your 30s before you get married, what are your reasons? And did you get married in your 30s? And how has the journey been for you too? The men also, you're not left out of this conversation. Please call in to share your thoughts as well. Which would you suggest or even advise women, to stick to or even stick with? Get married early, give birth early, and enjoy your marriage, like some would fondly say, or take your time, get matured or mature, your senses, the way you think, and be ready for marriage. So where are you going to be sitting on this conversation? Let's hear you. 09087668888 or 09073530044 are the numbers to call. You can send the voice note or a message to the WhatsApp portal number on 090970544 and 50. Now, I see this comment on the Facebook page from Oza Francis Namani from Amagun Zeningu State. It says, "Good morning, my sister in the studio. Early marriage has its pros and cons, right? Pros and cons, but I'd like you, Oza Francis, to break it down further. What are the pros and what are the cons?" Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where you're calling from?
This is Elder Boniface calling from Kobo.
Elder Boniface, all right. And I believe you're married.
Yeah, I'm married.
Okay. At what age did you get married? I'm sorry, if you don't mind.
I married at the age of 29 years.
Okay. And your wife was maybe in her mid-20s?
Yes, my wife was 25 years.
Okay. So, how has the journey been, Elder Boniface?
Very, very smooth and enjoying.
Okay, so what you're
In
saying
fact,
now is,
I will advise people to marry at early stage. When you are that, if you are a man,
yeah,
you marry at least from 28 to 30. So
okay,
that you can be able to take up your children, train them before you get old, so that at least at the 60s, they can take care of you. But when you are old, you are 40 something, you marry. How old will your children be
okay.
for you to cater for them?
Okay, so Elder Boniface, the ladies that are complaining now that they got married early and they are now divorced, what do you think would be the reason?
You see, marriage of nowadays is basically on financial. They don't have love. That love. They only focus on money.
Okay,
If you don't have money, there will be no marriage. But when you have money, there will be marriage. They will enjoy you. But if you don't have money, the marriage will not sweet. Small time you will see they will divorce. In fact, I'm now approaching 70, and all my children they have all graduated. The girls have married. The boys are all looking for taking care of them. In fact, now they are sending me returns. Sometimes they send me 50,000, 100,000 to take care of myself, and that is how it's supposed to be. But
okay,
if you marry when you are old, when you are 50, 40 something, before your children will grow to that extent that they will bring a plan for you. In fact, there is no more strength for you to cater for them, to take them to school, because all my children are graduates.
okay. So Elder Boniface, how old is your marriage now? Is it over 2 decades?
In fact, I'm approaching 50 years in marriage. I married 1988,
Wow.
and I got my first child in 1989.
Interesting.
So I'm approaching 50 years in marriage.
Wow. Wow. Let me ring the bell to that.
So
Interesting.
I'm advising people to get married on time. Don't look at the financial strength. You see, when you marry, there is one thing that God does for us. When you are alone, God will be providing for you, only you. When you marry, even if it's 50,000 is your salary, that 50,000 will still sustain you and your wife. When you get children, it will still sustain you and your children. You will just be imagining how is this thing happening? It's God doing. But when you are alone, you'll be getting for yourself. Some people say until they get mansion, get this before they get married.
Okay.
That is not this thing.
All right, Elder.
I don't buy that idea.
Okay. Elder Boniface, thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Your story is beyond, encouraging and even, motivating. I mean, about 50 years in marriage. Oh my goodness. Congratulations to you. And he got married early, at the age of 29 or thereabout, and the wife was in her mid-20s. So what exactly could be the issue? Right? Why young people, they get married and then before you know it, they're out of the marriage. Let's check this call. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where you're calling from?
I'm sorry, I don't want my name to be in air.
All right, no problem. What your location?
Oh, okay. My location is in Enugu.
All right. Please go ahead.
Okay. To me, I don't advise a man to marry early.
Why?
Because early marriage, some of the girls early marriage, they feel they have not played life. Because I've gotten that experience. I married very early. Unfortunately, on the line, my wife started misbehaving. After having 3 kids,
wow,
she started misbehaving up to the extent bringing men in my own house. So unfortunately, when I start saying such, and my father has advised that no matter how it is, don't divorce. So I had no option than to take another wife. I took another wife. I was staying peacefully with that one because that one has matured. I married at the age of 33, the second one. And I was staying peacefully with her. There is no problem. Full housewife she is. Up till this year, January 6th, unfortunately, I lost her.
Oh, sorry for your
I
loss.
lost her. Yes, she's having a kid. So I lost her. So that's my first wife. She's still there with her children. I go to the house. I travel to her place. I stay with them, but I don't allow to have anything with her because presently, as I'm telling you, she's not fine. She has HIV presently.
Wow.
Because of the life she's playing. So, I don't want to send her out of the house. I just leave her in the house with her children because I build the house myself. I leave her with the children there. I go to the house. I see them because I don't walk where they are. I walk outside where they are. So I go to the house. I see them. I stay with them. We spend days. I spend days with them. I do whatever I want to do. I give them whatever they need. But there is nothing between me and her.
Okay, so now do you have daughters?
Pardon?
Do you have daughters?
Do I have what? Sorry?
Do you have daughters, or it's just male?
No. I don't have any daughter.
Oh, okay.
I don't have any daughter.
All right. So,
all are men.
Oh, so you
I
would.
don't have since my life. I've never gotten a daughter. Only men.
Okay, so would you want to, because of time, would you want to maybe pass the same school of thought, down to your sons, that when they are, of age and they want to get married, they shouldn't get married to a lady that is pretty young and maybe go for someone in her 30s? Is that what you would want your sons to do as well?
Yes, I would like my son. I will only advise them, that I will not force them.
All right.
I'll only advise them out of experience.
Okay.
That please, if they want to marry, they should marry at the age, at least if the girl is almost 30. And before they get married, please, they shouldn't go for love.
All right.
They should find out the background and the family and the mother and the father of the wife they are going to marry.
Okay.
Which kind of family did the wife come out from? And that is the mistake I did. That is the big mistake I did.
So you think
when they were
your first wife's family, they actually influenced her lifestyle? Is that what you're saying?
No, very, 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 very. I never knew the mother is a divorcee, the sister. In short, I never knew how the family is. I made a very big mistake here.
All right.
People are telling me that, please, people that knows me say, please don't go into this family. The mother doesn't stay with the father. She move around. Please don't. Me, I thought they were just jealousy.
All right. I think
So
I understand. I
I
understand clearly now why you decided not to even share your name with us.
Thank you very much. So
Thank
that
you.
is why I decide. That is why I always advise that, because now, and she will tell you something boldly. She will tell you that she have told me more than 20 times that she need a divorce. She want to go. She want to go. She want to leave the marriage.
Okay.
Then what I said, you want to marry? She said yes. I said okay. For me, I will not divorce you. But if you want to go, you are free to go.
All right.
I always have it. By the time she pack her load out of my house, that is all. I'm not the one that divorced her. She went on her own.
Okay.
Then at least my father in his grave will know that I did not divorce her. She went away.
All right. Thank you very much for sharing with us. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. Hello. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Omefe.
Good morning.
My name is Ike Chuku, calling from Suleja.
Ike Chuku, good to have you. Please go ahead.
First of all, I want to tell you that marriage is a good thing.
Right.
So, any man or woman that got married is very, very fortunate and favored from God. From starting point, the marriage is for matured minds.
Okay.
And that matured mind is not age-wise.
Okay.
Some people might be 20 and they'll be matured inwardly in terms of understanding and all that. And you might see some people 40 years, they'll be behaving like children. And
are you there? Hello, are you there? Hello, can you hear me? Are you there? Okay, I'm afraid I'll just have to let you again. Maybe if you can call back, all right? I'm really interested in the point that you have to make this morning, all right? Hello, good morning to you.
Hello,
good morning. What's your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Olayemi. I'm calling from Guaramba.
Olayemi, good to have you. Please go ahead.
Yes, I actually agree with the person that called. It's not good for a lady to marry early. And the reason is this. At that time, their sexual urge is very strong. So they don't really actually know what they are going for in marriage. So what they actually go for, most times is this person handsome? Is this very good looking? And that is what they go for. So after getting married and satisfy that urge, they will now discover that this person is not the person they are supposed to marry in the first place. They will not know any of this person's character, which infatuation has already blinded their eyes to in the first place. So they will now start looking for someone else outside who has that good quality that they are looking for. So based on that, it is very wrong for them to go into marriage at early stage.
Okay. All right. Well, are you married or lie me?
Yes, I'm married, actually.
At what age did you get married, if you don't mind sharing?
42.
42. So getting married early shouldn't be for ladies. Would you recommend that for the guys as well?
For the guys as well, they should have a lot of marriage. Actually, with God in marriage, there will be few. There's no perfect marriage, actually.
All right.
But the truth is, a man also should have experiences before going into marriage. Because when you get into marriage, there are many things you have to endure. But if you're not a mature person, you won't be able to bear them. You just pull out. Okay. And pulling out is not an option. It's not the best things to do. So a mature person will try to, try to figure things out. And before you know it, two of them will now know each other better and they will live longer. Those who marry early, it seems as if their marriage works out. They bear a lot of things together. They endure a lot of things together. But nowadays, people don't want to bear things. They don't want to endure things anymore. So because of that, they want to pull out.
All right.
And then get married to another person.
Okay. Thank you very much, Olayemi, for sharing with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, we are still assessing perspectives on early marriage right here. Tell someone to tune in right now to join the conversation. You can join us live on YouTube and Facebook at Eagles FM Abuja, or tune in and share your thoughts on 09073530044. Hello, good morning to you.
Shalom, my sister.
Good morning.
My name is Elder Caleb.
Elder Kenneth, from where?
From Abuja here. I'm from Kaduna, but I reside here in Abuja.
Okay, please go ahead.
Shalom. I'm very happy to hear this. Your program is very interesting. I'm a married man with 5 children, 4 girls and 1 boy.
Oh, interesting.
It's a very good one. It's good to advise ourselves and tell our children the reality. The truth here is clear. Our parents, most of them were farmers when they gave birth to us.
Right.
But today we are opportunity to students, we went to school, we were educated. So the issue of marriage has got a difference between our parents and our own generation. We, in our own time, education has increased the number of years before we marry. But our parents, because of famine, they didn't have that longer years like the way we are having our own today. And they married and they lived happily. My mother that gave birth to me, she wasn't 20 when she married my father. And my father was just about 22 years when she got married to my mother. That is, the gap between the two of them was not that much.
Right.
So my father got married at the age of 22. My mother was less than 20 when she got married to my father. And they lived happily. They gave birth to 9 children. My mother gave birth to twins twice. We are 9 in number. And I'm speaking to you today. I'm the second born. I'm 55 years old today. I have married when I was 35 years. Why? Because of education. I delayed the marriage because I was studying. But that doesn't mean I wasn't mature enough to have married. But the education led me to delay so that I can be able to achieve some things academically. Now, my wife, I got married to her when she was 22. My wife was 22 years when I was 35, and I married her. We have 5 children today. We're living happily. So my advice today here is that my daughters, I sent them to school early. My daughters finished their secondary school when they are 16 years old. So believe me very well that at the age of 21, 22, they should be finishing their university. So why do I expect them to stay long to 30 years again at home? To do what? So I advise any lady that happen to go to school on time to be able to marry at the age of 25. Maximum 25 is okay for a lady to leave her father's house and go to her husband's house.
Okay.
Then my son, I told you clearly you must work before you marry. So I give you at most 30 years you are in the house.
Okay.
At the age of 30, you are having your wife.
All right.
That is the best thing to do.
Okay.
So, but keeping these children for long, a lady should stay for 30 years. You are getting expired. You are becoming old. You can't get your age mate to marry you. You must look for somebody that is far away older than you and which is not adaptable.
Okay.
But my son, at the age of 30, he should be able to marry. So this is the advice that we're giving to ourselves. We shouldn't deceive ourselves with what is going on in this generation today.
Okay.
And keep this just the time was just expired. I must tell you this. I'm a man.
All right.
I can marry in 50 years and I can be able to born a child. But a lady of 40 years, how many children does she want to go and born? Only one child?
Okay,
when
so
her time of menopause is standing by her side.
all right, Elder Kenneth. Elder
Thank you very much.
Elder Kenneth, thank you so
madam.
much. But for these ladies that I used their story as a case study, right? The one that got married at 22 and the other one that got married at 23, and now the both of them, they are no longer married, and they are telling ladies that they should not go into marriage early, especially if the man is significantly older. Do you think they were not just prepared for marriage and that's why they are out of the marriage already?
Okay, now let me come in. Thank you very much. The issue of that area, let me come to with parents. I gave birth to my children. Who will train them for me? It is me, nobody.
Right.
At the age 1, I know that God has given me a female child or a male child. And I know that this female child, this is her responsibility. In time to come, she will go to her husband's house. At the age of 10 or 15, I started nurturing her as a housewife, supposed to be nurtured.
Okay.
I started giving her the teaching of how to be a housewife. In the next 10 years again, that is 25 years, she must have been equipped with that knowledge. And that time I can free her to her husband's house. So any lady that happened to marry at the age of 20 or 21 and later have problem in her husband's house, check, is she the cause of the problem? If she's the cause of the problem, then blame the parents. How did you train her to be a housewife?
Okay.
If it is a problem with the husband, then the father of the husband should be asked, how are you training your son to be a husband?
All right.
Because if you want him to be a responsible man, my father, you should train him very well to be a father like you one day. Tell him this is how to be a father.
All right.
At the age of 30, should be mature to be a husband.
Okay.
It is the blame of the parents in the area. I don't blame the children that side.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for sharing with us, Elder Kenneth. I mean, you've spoken comprehensive wisdom, right? We all have a role to play. The father, the mother, and the person, the individual involved, whether you're a young lady or you're a young man, you also have a role to play. All right, so I see this message from James from Suleja. He says, good morning, Efe for short. He's about the only person who calls me Efe for short. Thank you, James. He says, let us all be realistic. Times have changed. the requirements to marry way back and now have completely changed. Check the time taken to finish up with schooling and then getting a job, especially for a man. I don't believe there is any young person who doesn't want to get married or who doesn't want to marry young or stay in marriage. Aside, so many of the cultural changes that have, happened over time, the society also seems to have lost its grip on how people are raised. Family and societal values have so much degraded to the point that everyone is reminded that as soon as they feel any discomfort, the first option is to walk away. I agree with you, sincerely, looking at the last, sentence, that the society, right? Family and societal values have been downgraded to the extent that the moment you just feel a little bit of, oh, you had an argument with your partner, and the next thing that comes to mind is, oh, I should just opt out. Like, I should leave. I can't take this anymore. It's affecting my mental health. Have you forgotten in the hurry that marriage is for better, for worse? So I agree with you in that regards, James. Thank you so much for that message. And I see this one also from the original from Suleiman, the original Dan Fulani man from National Assembly quarters. It says, good morning, Haji Agimbia, aka the Radio Princess, watching you live from National Assembly quarters. In my opinion, I think there is nothing wrong with early marriage, because even me, when I got married, I was around 23 to 24, and my wife, she was around 16 to 17. Okay, and I want to believe that the both of you are living, happily, and you are at peace with each other. All right. Okay, Suleiman Dan Fulani from National Assembly quarters, thank you so much for that message. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Who do we have on the line?
I'm calling from Apo.
Bright from Apo.
Mike.
Okay, Mike from Apo. Please go ahead.
Okay, I just want to contribute. It's a good thing to marry early.
All right.
But at the second thought, I think one caller said something about maturity.
Yes.
That you can be matured in age, but in your character, you are not yet matured.
Uh-huh.
So it's a good thing when, as a man, you've actually trained your children while you're still very strong.
Right.
That one is fine. But at the same time, marrying early has its own side effects. Like I want to say, it's different stroke for different folks, like they say. You get, so I have a lot of my classmates. I'm not married yet, so but my wedding is coming up this June 17th, and I'm 42 already.
Congratulations.
So, but I have some of my classmates that have married. As I'm talking to you, they are marrying their second wife already, because they married the first one early, and within a very short time, the marriage broke up, and at the end of the day, now they are marrying the second person. Nobody knows how to pray that those ones stay. So, like I want to say, it depends on the personalities involved.
Right.
You get, yeah. So there's no one cap that fits all. Yeah, there's no one cap that fits all.
Okay.
And some of us are married late. Maybe it's not really a planned thing, or maybe what you wanted. For me, when I was in second, I've already said at the age of 30, I'm already done with giving birth to my children. But Nigeria and so many other things, time and chance happen to so many things, and it doesn't work out like that.
Okay.
So that's just it.
So you just had to add Nigeria to it. You just shot straight
somehow,
bullets to Nigeria.
By the time you finish school, of the woman you're going to marry, you understand? So there are responsibilities. So no man wants to marry a woman, and at the end of the day, he is not able to take care of the woman or take care of his kids when there is need. So it doesn't give anybody joy.
Okay.
That's just it.
All right, Mike, thank you so much, and congratulations. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so it's already 1 minute gone past the hour of 11. I really wouldn't want to stretch this conversation any further, but what I would suggest or advise is you have a playback on YouTube or Facebook, and please leave a comment after watching. Tell us what you make of this topical issue. Getting married early or not? Leave a comment. In fact, the IT team and myself, I'll do well to go through this particular conversation. So if you leave a comment, I would be more than glad to acknowledge your thoughts. Let's continue the conversation on YouTube and Facebook at Eagles FM Abuja, on YouTube at Eagles FM Abuja, the same thing on Facebook. But please do well to subscribe to the YouTube channel, because we create mind-blowing content every single day of our lives on here just for you. And the good thing, we create all of this content with love, just for your viewing and listening pleasure. So subscribe, that way you get notified whenever we publish a post or a video across these platforms. Thank you all so much for sharing your thoughts. For those who got married early, congratulations. If you're still in marriage or still married, congratulations to you. And for those who got married but unfortunately they are divorced for one or two reasons, but I don't know, but I believe that you know what's best for you. All right, in all you do, put God first. It's very important. Do not lean on your own understanding. Oh, this guy is attractive. Oh, he's rich. He's well-to-do. I am equally working. I am beautiful. And you think, oh, the both of you are a perfect match. You really can't tell who the other person is until you get married and you start living together or staying together. That's when you start getting on each other's nerves. You begin to wonder, is this the Prince Charming I fell for? The man will start asking, is this the angel of my life, or the angel I saw some time ago? What's going on? Are you not a demon? Oh my God. Love is a beautiful thing. Likewise, marriage. All right? Thank you all so much for listening. I am Omoefe Peace Osemere. I'll be back in a short bit on Abuja. Now we're going to be focusing on the city of Abuja, and there is a very important, in fact, there's an important question that I will be asking on Abuja Now show in a short bit. I encourage you to also join us at that time as well, so you can share your thoughts. Good morning.